Should you sell your home now or should you wait? Take advantage and cash out now or wait to try and time the market? I wish this was an easy answer, but given how fast homes are flying off the market, it's super complex. You guys already know that in any type of real estate transaction, it's going to be challenging and stressful enough. So I want to address this question in today's video. And hey guys, before we even start, my name is Kerwin.alvero. I'm a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Realty here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I'm a connector of first when it comes to real estate through experiences and relationships, meaning that I really enjoy helping my first-time home buyers and my first-time home sellers. Guys, the goal of this video is not for me to simply say yes. You already know it's a great time to sell your home and there's options for you. My goal is to really help lay out a plan or strategy to help answer some confusion. Now let's start off with this. If you were to come up and ask, Kerwin, should I sell my home? My response would be, and do what afterwards? What's your plan after you sell your home? This is probably the biggest question mark. There is not a lot of inventory right now in Schaumburg, Arlington Heights, Palatine, Hoffman Estates. The month supply of inventory is less than a month. In fact, it's actually 30% less than what it was last year. This means it would take less than a month per each of those towns to completely run out of inventory if no new homes came into the listing. But at the same time, because of the scarce market, home prices seem to increase. And now that brings another question here. Should I time the market to potentially take home more money, assuming prices will continually increase? Another question here is, if I sell, I'm worried I won't be able to find my next home. What should I do? And lastly, for this video, the last question here is, should I sell my home but then rent instead? Guys, timing the market is super difficult. Timing to see how much your home will increase is all just predictions and estimates based on patterns and trends. We just don't know what the market will look like in the future, and I'm sure we can predict probably like a few months out, but still, we can only look at what's going on now, and we are about to enter the spring market for 2022, where homes are traditionally sold in the highest amount of the year. So what does that mean? Well, this means that there are more likely to increase in competitions, meaning more sellers, even though it is still pretty scarce. And one of the strategies when it comes to selling is to get as many buyers in as possible. And there's numerous ways to do this, and for me, I specialize in videos for all my listings to increase online presence for traffic. But let's say we wait until summer. By then it's warm, families are out, people are out for vacation because it's the only time of the year that makes sense to go out of their busy schedule, and more homes come out in the market. Other homes that might be nicer and may draw in more buyers, or another home might come in the market as priced lower, which then drives the market price in your neighborhood downward. Then at this point, does it make sense to wait and risk? Ultimately, my advice for this question is to see what you're most comfortable with. Go with what you are seeing right now and utilize the resources that can help you understand the market, like using an agent, and shameless plug here, but me. Or you can wait and see. Now, I'm not going to say in this video my predictions for summer as we enter spring, but if you want to have that conversation and see and plan, just schedule a time with me below. It'll just be easy. It's just one click of a button. Okay, so moving on here, does it make sense to sell your home and rent? Well, let me turn that back on you. Does it make sense selling your home now and seeing if anything is worth renting in the market at the moment that meets your needs and your wants? And again, for less than your current mortgage. If the end goal is to ultimately sell, then by all means, let's do it, right? Let's just come up with the plan. But without one though, the follow-up with that is just a ticking stress ball. Without finding a replacement to purchase or home to rent, then you're not really setting yourself up for success, if that makes sense. So before doing this, just make sure you've done your homework and figure out what works best for you. Again, you don't want to be renting more than your mortgage, and if you can find something less, then that's great. All right, guys, so the next question here is, should I sell my home and buy with the market right now? The biggest question of all. You might have had this feeling that it will take you longer to purchase, and you're right. And not because you can't afford it, because you'll have the proceeds on hand, but because the right home isn't available and you're competing with so many buyers. And you're probably telling yourself, well, Kerwin, then what do I do? Without gauging this conversation with you personally, I would say maybe adding in a replacement property contingency on your current home. So that way way, if you can't find your next home while you sell, then at least you still have a roof over your head and you are still protected. Or if you're moving out of state, which for whatever reason seems to be like what people are doing, I've seen so many sellers make the mistake of thinking it's going to be easy or that the market is going to be not as hot as it is here in like the northwest suburbs of Chicago. But guys, it's pretty much like this everywhere right now. Finding a home in a different state can be even more challenging if you already sold your home or at least planning to do so. Because of how hot it is, let's just say you win a home in Florida. Well, you might buy a home that you decided is not where you want to be, or you end up disliking the home and now you want to come back to Illinois or Schaumburg, and let's be real, I mean, Florida's great, but well, real estate is local, so maybe in that specific market it might not be enough for you to get back. So let's say we were using Florida for example, you guys might be in a market that's not as hot as it is in Schaumburg, which then inevitably makes you stuck. So if this is possible, without getting stuck and having the option to come back, I would recommend holding your home to see if looking to move out of state is possible, and see if you can rent out your current home that you're listing to help you, again, cover that mortgage. That way, again, you're protected, and if you end up disliking the home wherever you move out of state, you can at least sell that and have a home to come back to in Schaumburg or the other northwest suburbs here at your back pocket. Now guys, the point of this video is to really sit down and have that tough conversation with yourself, your parents, significant other, family, or friends. Talk to an agent, and guys, quick tip, make sure you have an agent who actually listens and communicate. There's so many that don't, and believe me, it's crazy. Come up with a plan that makes sense for you. Ultimately, a win-win, I think, if you are in a position to keep both of your homes without selling and renting it out while you purchase your new home, then you therefore have an investment property, especially if you can also refinance. But that is very situational, and if that makes sense for you, then by all means, let's talk about it. Currently in this market, I'm seeing single family homes at an average rental price rate of $2,000. But again, you have to sit down and have this chat with yourself and see if it works. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope this helped answer your question if you should sell now. And if you're new to this, feel free to download my first time home seller guide that I have in the description below. And guys, let me know what you think in the comments as well. It's a hot seller's market, so come prepared, come with a plan, come with the right marketing strategies. And if you want to ask me what your home is worth, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to do a CMA for it and also talk about marketing strategies like using videos as a way to get in more buyers. Alright guys, my name is Kerwin.alvero. I'm a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Realty here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye guys.